This is Kirstin. How are you, everyone? Welcome back. I know our first video was a short one, about 2.5 minutes, so it was brief and giving you just a little bit of understanding of what I do, and that video is also up on my website. So I'm here to give you a little bit more information about who I am, what I do, where I've come from, why I'm here, and why I'm doing what I'm doing, but most important, how it can help you and how I came to be doing what I'm doing, which also supports what you hopefully supports you in becoming what you're meant to be. So this is somewhat unscripted, and we're just going to go with it because that's how I really enjoy being, because I want you to experience the authentic part of me. So you might hear a couple of ums and hms and whatnot. I'm not doing a big video editing on this. I really want you to see who I am and what I do and how I speak and even how I might interact with you. So a little bit more about who I am. And I'm really excited that you're even taking the time to listen to this. This really means a lot to me. I am today in my life, I'm 52. I have two very beautiful daughters that I absolutely adore. I do have a family that I love, but I can tell you our family has not been without challenges due to situations and growing up, and then also choices I've made along the way. So I think it's really important for people to know that, right? Like when we're going to work with somebody, everything looks so perfect and so refined and so put together. That is, I'm human, right? And I want you to experience me as another human being coming together with you. So my focus with you is supporting you in living your authentic life, being the best leader you can be, and everybody's a leader. Let's be really clear. Let's start from that starting point. If you are a mother in a home, you are a leader. If you're raising children, if you're a father in a home, if you are a business person, you're a leader. If you work in a gas station, you are a leader. Everybody leads. The question is, what is your authentic voice in that, right? Our society has really a measuring stick of what a leader is. And I've got to tell you something, they're not doing such a damn good job at leading, right? So we need leaders of the future based in different value systems, what I call conscious leadership and Teleki leadership, which there's more to come on that. I have a podcast if you want to check it out, Teleki Leadership Stories, with my co-host Mark Stinson, and we interview conscious leaders all over the world speaking about this, the change that is coming. And it's been a long time in the making, and thank God it's finally here. So that's a tangent, yes, I know, but I'm here to support you in discovering who you are, what really brings you happiness and joy, and also discovering what talents do you have to express and share with the world. Then we walk towards emerging, letting that emerge and come out of you. Oftentimes when we really discover who we are, we're really passionate about what we're going to be doing. It's really difficult to figure out how we're going to let that step forward. So that's the emergence piece, right? The emergence of who you are, your true soul's expression. And then we reveal. The reveal is letting the world see it in our fullest expression, right? It has to come from inside and then out, which means during this reveal, between the emergence and the reveal step, there might be a lot of blocks to remove, because those blocks are merely things within ourselves that are distorted views on what blocks our light from shining. So we need to move it out of the way. So when you actually reveal it, you can step forward with confidence and joy and excitement and enthusiasm, right? And then that leads us to the expression of flourishing. How do you flourish with this expression of who you are? How do you actually make that work in the world? Okay. And I want to be clear, this isn't a one and done game, right? This is something, it's a process. Life is a process. It takes time. There's no short answers. There's tricks and there's things you could do to move forward and, take action. But taking time with yourself and going through the process and honoring the process, time is what's needed, and investing in yourself and really going deep so you can lay a solid foundation, so when you do reveal yourself, your foundation is strong when it comes out. I have there's part of my authentic self. I have been a CFO, I have been a compliance officer, I have been in telecommunications and technology most of my life. I have also studied shamanism, many, many, many cultures of shamanism, and I consider myself a modern shaman. And what I mean by that is I work with the ancient cultures, the ancient knowings, and the ancient teachings, but then utilize that in an urban method, in an urban way, meaning keeping it relevant to today's time, right? Going into ceremony and keeping ceremony while I'm still sitting in a boardroom. How do I keep those two interworlds connected? I'm a medicine woman, so I have I'm a master herbalist. I'm a mystic and a psychic and an ordained minister. I'm also a medium and intuitive. And I do an incredible amount of intuitive advisory, meaning I work with business people or those seeking to move themselves forward in coaching and working with my intuition and developing your intuition to support you in how to move forward and navigate potential landmines in choices and decisions. And that's a big one as we are moving from emergence into reveal and who we are, right? Navigating landmines. So we use this intuition, and I help support cultivating it within you. How do you bring it forward? Cultivate's a big word for me, because everything I know, I want you to know. And I want you to cultivate who you are, not become me. I want you to express who you're meant to be. So you can see I have these dual components of who I am. I'm a minister, I'm a shaman, I'm a medicine woman, I'm a mystic, and I have been my whole life. I'm also have been an executive, and today I'm the Chief Entelechy Officer of Pure Entelechy, which is a whole other discussion for another day. I'm also an artist. I have been since I've been a child. It runs in my family. I'm a podcaster, Entelechy Leadership Stories with Mark Stinson. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. There's many aspects to who I am. Just as there's many aspects to you, who you are. And what's really important to understand is we are not linear. We are not one thing, right? And we spend so much time trying to define the one thing that we are, that we miss the robustness and the beauty and the value of all of that. So, for me, what's happened over time is I walked through corporate and I watched a massive spasm between who people are in the heart and what they do. And I have seen some pretty horrific experiences, and I've also experienced some really tremendous, incredible people of integrity within business. And I, over time, have realized that I really want to commit my life, my sole purpose, my sole passion is supporting you and becoming the leader you're meant to be, so we can do something different and lead differently. I am an earth keeper. I value the earth. I come from an interracial family. I value equality and diversity. It is huge that this comes. I grew up poor and I have made a lot of money, and we still have so much poverty. So I do believe in socioeconomic balance, but I believe everybody can win. It's not about taking it from here and moving it to here. It's about creating a future where everyone can thrive. And this is where you come in, because when we begin to look at who you truly are, that divinity within you, that sovereignty within you, you cannot help but be the light. when you truly stand in it and own it. And that's our goal. So it is my passion and my purpose to support conscious leaders, IntelliKey leaders, and everyone is a leader. And let's talk about what IntelliKey is. It's an Aristotelian term, which is about achieving your soul's potential, right? This is part of stepping into your leadership, being bold enough to forge a new future. Our world does call for visionary leaders, and it calls for leaders that have integrity, that have courage, that have strength, that have fortitude, creativity, and intuition. Intuition is key to where we're going. And these are all necessary elements to forging a new future, right? One where every part of Earth not only survives, but thrives. And the question is, what role will you play? Because I'm going to tell you, it's like going through an eye of the needle when you commit to be on a path that your soul is lit up by, your spirit, everything comes through, right? We're in a time when there needs to be no more veils that separate the boardroom and the mystic. The leaders of the future require the ability to utilize the ancient mystical arts and also have astute business acumen and innovation, right? This is where artistry comes in and innovation. This is where creativity is so important. So the processes I use through working with you are processes that help tap into your full potential and to guide you in harnessing your personal power. This is so important. It's not about learning, again, more methods that I can teach you. It is about learning methods that are innate within you, bringing them forward, harnessing your personal power, and then connecting it to the highest good of all and walking in conscious living and intuitive guidance and bringing forth your infinite potential that lives within the quantum, right? Quantum physics. This is not some hocus pocus. This is not, well, let me take that back. There are some arts of the mystical in this, right? But we're going to define what your mystical is and how that works for you, right? Mystical can be science. You can even be an atheist and do this. But what's important is that you bring forward your innate powers within you that are aligned to do right for the right reasons. And as I was mentioning before I moved off, that is like going through the eye of the needle. So it takes some self-refinement, some self-awareness, some self-reflection. And this is where I come in because I really navigate. I'm able to inspect the corridors with you to understand what's blocking you, what's holding you back, investigate behaviors and ways of being that you need to explore to become who you're meant to be, and possibly look at new ways of becoming, which can be frightening or it can be exhilarating. It can be one or the other. It doesn't have to be an either or. It could be both. In addition to that, once you begin to define these within yourself, how do you really anchor in with confidence and begin to speak your authentic voice? And an authentic voice, everybody has a role here. So our authentic voices are not matching somebody else's. It's what is yours and how do you express that in the world? So I do it through many different ways. I do one-on-one coaching I have a young professionals group. I have a wise women's group. I also do one-on-one with you. I do leadership development. I do soul coaching to really uncover who you are. I do a lot of work within the divine feminine. Again, you can see I'm multifaceted, as are you. We all, people want to go linear and focus. And sometimes there's a need to do that. But my path has been, I have many layers to me. I'm multi-layered. And I embrace that today because I had a lot of people tell me I'll never succeed if I don't find a focus. And I'm just not built that way. So I help uncover too what your interests are and what your focuses are and what's going to light you up. We can do this through classes as well. I also have programs that we move through. I also share information about my peers that may be valuable for you, right? Because I believe in a world where we can co-create together, right? I co-create from abundance, meaning there's enough to go around. So I introduce you to my peers who are, I find, of high value and high integrity. We have the podcast, which enables you to listen to these conscious leaders. I personally continue to train all the time and do personal development and to continue to work on myself. I also consider myself to be a person of service, and I really like to walk the walk and be who I say I am. I am not going to tell you it's all peaches and creams all of the time. There are things you have to walk through as a human being. We all have our challenges, and life's in session. What I can tell you is you can live in joy and happiness and love and peace and full self expression, even when life is coming at you, right? Because we're not at the effect of, we're at the cause of. So it matters who you are. And that's what we're developing, is who you are. So I hope that gave you a little bit of information about who I am. And I am looking forward to getting to know you a little bit more and spending some time with you. Please reach out to me. You can find me at www.kirstingooldy.com or at www.pureintelliky.com. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Many blessings.